All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show, Wednesday, April 24th, 2024. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Pacers got that big win. Reds had a real good night. So it's going pretty good. Lakers lost Monday night. Everything's going great.
Fix most shit.
Fix your shit. How'd you do on your picks? I went 5-2 again.
I had a pretty good night. Not great, but I think I was 6-4. Yeah, 6-4. So better than I had the first couple of days.
I thought I was going to go 4-0 in baseball, but San Diego let me down.
What's up, Hypocrisy Jones?
How's it going?
Yeah, I went 3-0 in the NBA last night, and we got our first two road wins of the NBA playoffs.
Yep.
As the Pacers looked good last night. They got physical, especially in that second half on defense. They were physical, and they were bothering Milwaukee with their physicality.
Is Giannis going to be back?
I haven't heard if he'll be back. If he's going to be back for Friday or not. I figure he'll probably try to play Friday. But I don't know. But, I mean, nobody knows how serious that injury was either. So I think the Pacers can win the series even if he does come back. But they looked a lot better. Even in that first quarter, Milwaukee went on a little bit of a run, and they was able to hit shots and stay right with them. They didn't look nervous and kind of out of sorts like they did in that first half of game one. They came out yesterday a lot better, looked a lot more focused and a lot more into the game. It was fun to watch, and then I had the Mavs on plus 1.5 as well, and then Timberwolves beat the Suns again. Hockey, I went 1-2. I didn't do great in hockey, and baseball went 2-2.
I went 2-1 in hockey. I did pretty good. I think Rangers and Florida looks like they're in control of their series. But Vancouver lost to Nashville. I was a little surprised.
Hey, what's up, Glenn?
Big Glenn.
Glenn's probably excited for the game Friday night, especially with the Pacers coming off a big win last night. That was a big win. You didn't want to come back to India down 0-2.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, if you want a chance to win that series, you need to take at least one game at their place.
I mean, I understand they say this don't start until you play games at both places. The series really don't start, but there's a big difference in 0-2 and 1-1. Just how you're feeling going into Game 3,
especially with a lack of experience.
Well, especially the way they came out and played Game 1. If they would have lost last night, I think it'd been a kind of little, I mean, even more deflating because of the way you came out in Game 1, where you kind of came out last night and showed, hey, we belong. We can play with these guys. We just got to do it. I still think Halliburton has to be more aggressive. It should be like in the fourth quarter, he's only took like 8 shots the whole game. I think if we're going to make a deep run, I think he's going to have to be a little more assertive on the offensive end. But all right. Heard the hockey. I didn't watch hardly no hockey last night, but I heard the hockey playoffs had another good night.
Yeah,
from what I've heard.
Yep. I'm planning on watching the Vegas Golden Knights tonight. Finish off, watch AEW, and that game starts at 9:30. Then I'll.
We have the NFL draft tomorrow night.
Yep. And we got to go to start getting things ready for PopCon tomorrow. Also, so be a busy day tomorrow. Hopefully, our Colts will make some moves. I'd love to see them move up and get Marvis and Harrison Jr. I just don't think that's their style, but I'm hoping I'm wrong.
Well, it hasn't been there. There's been a lot of. There's usually not talk about the Colts possibly moving up in the draft, and there's been a lot of that talk. It seemed to get a little bit louder as we've gotten closer to the draft. So, and then I've also heard them mention, like we had talked about, maybe an Ayuk trade. I think they're going to try to make some kind of a move, but like trying to move up, it all just depends on if you can find somebody to dance with you as a trade partner and be able to get something to make sense. I'd love for him to get Harrison. I don't know. And what would you have to give up to move up to 4?
I've seen a lot of people saying that Minnesota's going to move up and trade with maybe the
Chargers at 5.
At 5, and they want McCarty. That's what I heard. Well, that's the mock draft. Some of the mock drafts I've checked out.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd take McCarthy that high. Hey, what's up, Billy? All right, I'll get these odds pulled up here, and we'll. Yeah, I would take. I'd take Penix before I took McCarthy at 5. I know people don't have Penix up that high because they're worried about injuries, old injuries and stuff. But he's played the last 2 seasons.
Yep.
Pretty without the injury issue. And but yes, and I would take Drake May before I took McCarthy as well. So
what about next?
That's a close one, but I probably would just because I've seen more of Knicks. With McCarthy, there's so many questions on. I mean, you've seen Knicks play 61 something college games. I know he's a little older, but you know what I mean. He has that experience, and you've seen quarterbacks that played a lot of games in college, have came in the NFL and had some success. Brock Purdy is one of them. Played a lot of college games. Was able to. So I think there is something to that. But McCarthy, he shows up in big games. He did that in Michigan in big games. He showed up, but they ran the ball too. So I think a lot of it just depends on what kind of system any of them guys get in. All right, NBA tonight we have 2 games. First one, Miami Heat at the Boston Celtics. Celtics are up in this series. Boston is a 14.5 point favorite at home. minus 1,200 on the money line. The Heat are plus 750 on the money line. Over-unders at 205.5. I think the Celtics win this game. Celtics won game 1 by 10. The Heat are without Jimmy Butler. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for them to pull out wins. But I'm taking the Heat at the plus 14.5. I think that's just too many points. The Heat they're going to play hard. I think the Celtics win, but I think it's going to be kind of like game 1. It's going to be probably in that 6 to 10 point range, somewhere around there. So I'm gonna take the Heat at the plus 14.5, but Celtics do win the game. And then you have the Pelicans at the Thunder. The Thunder are 7.5 point favorites at home, minus 300 on the money line. Pelicans are plus 245 on the money line.
Philly Bears, don't be questioning my dreams.
And the over-under is at 211.5. The Thunder won game 1 by 2 points. Sucks for the Pelicans that Zion's out, but they're still a pretty good team even without him, but he adds a whole nother element. But this game, I can see either team winning, but I like the Pelicans at the plus 7.5. I think it's going to be another game like game 1. It's going to be a 2-3 point game, back and forth, close game. So I'm going to go with the Pelicans at the plus 7.5. So I'm gonna go with I'm going with both underdogs tonight. Even though I think the Heat lose, I'm not taking them to win the game, but I do think they can cover. In the same way with the Pelicans, I think they'll cover the plus 7.5.
Yeah, I didn't do any NBA like normal.
Glenn has no faith in Ballard that Ballard's going to do anything either.
Yeah, they usually don't do anything. I agree with Chris. Like I said, I do think they want to do something. I think they know they need to either get a tight end or a receiver. I did like that thing we heard today on McAfee's show where that guy mentioned about maybe a trade with San Francisco for Ayuk.
Only thing is you're going to have to pay him.
Yeah,
but
I'd be all in for that. I would love Harrison. I like the receiver from Washington. I've heard a lot of good things about Neighbors. You may have seen that. I haven't seen a lot of Neighbors, but I've heard a lot of good things about Neighbors from LSU. That he's right up there.
Oh yeah, he's good. He's a comparison a lot of people have made is kind of like a Jamar Chase,
okay,
type receiver, big, physical, fast. Yeah, I mean, I understand you have to have an O-line, but the O-line was pretty good last year, and we have a lot of money in our damn O-line, so you got to build up other parts of the team as well.
Well, all the mock drafts haven't said anything about the O-line.
Corner, which we could use a corner. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if we took a corner. I just think we didn't do anything in free agency. You see, other teams did do in our division done things in free agency. I think you have to. I think that's why I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to do something in the draft because I just don't see them just staying put. I don't see Jim Irsay being okay with just staying kind of put, and that's basically what we've done so far. We've re-signed. Don't get me wrong. We re-signed some key pieces of our own guys back, which was I liked a lot of those signings, but we haven't really we really didn't try to make no move to improve, and that's why I have a feeling they're going to do something. I just don't know. I hope they can move up enough, but I just don't see. I don't see them giving up enough to move up to 4. So, but I do. I would be fine if they move up to like 9 or 10 and get like a Brock Bowers or Malik Neighbors. But
and then you got the receiver.
I know we have a lot of tight ends on our roster, but none of them have really stepped up and been real productive.
No, they haven't. About your bum Dak, I just seen what Jerry Jones said on Dak and Lamb and Parsons. He's waiting to see some more cards played, whatever that means. I didn't know they was playing blackjack.
Yeah, Dallas has kind of messed that up because they haven't sign any of these guys. So now all these guys or deals are going to come up around the same time, and it's going to be hard to pay them all.
Yeah, my buddy at work's a big Dallas fan, and he thinks they need to trade Dak.
Sounds like they're going to have Dak play out this season without a contract extension, and then he either get something worked out or he'd go into free agency. That's what it's kind of looking like is going to happen. From what you've been hearing, but hell, you never know. Hell, especially with the Cowboys. Tomorrow it could come out tomorrow afternoon before the draft that Dak signed a big deal with the Cowboys. You know how Jerry Jones is. He'll get out there.
Let's say Dak has us
in the press. So.
The kind of year he's been having the last 2-3 years. Pretty much status quo. They don't win a Super Bowl or anything. Maybe make the playoffs. Do you think there's a team out there that's going to pay him the money that he wants in free agency? No, we ain't getting no damn Dak to the Colts.
Well, don't even say that.
I'll become a Cowboy fan and hell with the Colts if they can get Dak.
Damon don't like that the Bears are getting a new stadium. It's going to be a
enclosed.
Yeah.
No, I might go to a Bear game then.
He says as a backup, third string. That's why we don't want him on the Colts, Billy. We know he's not going to win the big game. We have Richardson, and if we can get Harrison tomorrow, we see what Richardson does the next couple years, and if that ain't working out, we can get Arch Manning the next year in the draft, and have another quarterback on a rookie deal, and keep building the team up.
Heard a lot of good things about old Manning.
I guess he killed it in that spring game.
That's what I heard. That's what I was hearing.
I watched him play some in high school because they had him on TV. He can play. I think he's going to be good. I'm waiting for him to get his opportunity in college, and hell, it might be this year. At Texas, you never know. All right, Major League Baseball tonight. I end up going with 3 games. I'll go with the Guardians on the money line at home against the Red Sox. Guardians won the game yesterday against the Red Sox. I like the pitching matchup there. Phillies and Reds. I'm going to take the Reds on the money line at home. This is a good pitching matchup. Hero Lodolo for the Reds has like a 0.34 ERA or something. I know he's only pitched like 1 or 2 games, but he's been on fire. But this Turnbolt for Phillies has like a 1.3 or 1.4 something ERA. So both these pitchers have been pitching well. So I think it's going to be a chance to be a low scoring game. But I'm going to go with Reds. First game, Phillies jumped on the Reds, and then the Reds bounced back yesterday and jumped on the Phillies 8-1. So I think it's going to be Billy. He is Cooper's kid. He was the other brother that got hurt and had to quit playing football. He's his son.
Damn.
You should go in. Go think he's one that's not Eli or Peyton kid.
And Damian wouldn't put Dak down in the UFL.
Damn, in the UFL? Okay. Yeah, I know they say, I know a few years ago, I know when he was in high school 2-3 years ago, Archie Manning came out and said that that Arch Manning, the grandson, was better at that age than Eli or Peyton was.
And wasn't Cooper supposed to be really good too?
He was playing at Tennessee or Ole Miss. Ole Miss. He was playing at Ole Miss, and that's where Peyton was going to go, and then he was a real good wide receiver, and that's why. And then Peyton was going to go there so he could throw the ball to his brother, and then he got hurt, and then Peyton ended up deciding to go to Tennessee. But yeah, he had to quit playing. So, but yeah, they said he was the most athletic out of the three. He was the most athletic.
You done with your baseball?
Other game was Brewers and Pirates. And I'm going to take the Brewers on the money line in that game. Pirates got off to kind of like last year, got off to a little bit of a quick start, and they've been struggling here as of late. And the Brewers, their offense has been surprising me a little bit. Usually, it's more with them winning with their pitching, but they've been putting up some runs here early in the season. So yeah, that's my baseball.
Okay, my baseball picks for now. I went with 5 picks. I went Baltimore on the road money line over the Angels. I went with Cleveland at home money line against Boston. I went with Cincinnati at home money line against Philadelphia. I went with the Dodgers on the road money line against Washington, and then I went Minnesota at home money line against the White Sox. That's my 5 MLB picks for tonight.
All right, NHL tonight. I'm gonna go with Maple Leafs on the money line at home against the Bruins. This series is 1-1. I'll take the Golden Knights on the money line against the Stars. Them cheating Golden Knights. And I'm gonna take the Oilers on the money line on the road at the Kings, or at home against the Kings. Excuse me.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't competing. I think we had all 3 same picks. I went with Toronto at home money line against Boston. I went Vegas on the road money line against Dallas. The Dallas game still worries me, but we'll see. And then I got Edmonton at home money line against the Kings.
Damien, no, because I don't think Peyton or Peyton. I don't think Zach Wilson is going to be their starter. If he does start, it'll be maybe just a few games at the beginning of the season. I think they're going to try to get a quarterback tomorrow night in the draft, and they're probably going. I think they're going to try to go with them pretty quick. I'm trying to think who else they have on the roster. I don't see Zach Wilson starting for him, so I don't think Peyton would get fired because of Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I don't either.
And I would say this owner must. I mean, they have to know that when they decided to move away from Wilson the way they did, that they're probably not. Chances are you're not going to have a great year this year. It's probably going to take you a couple of years.
Chris, Billy Bells wants you to tell him about the cheating nights.
No, a lot of it's not cheating because it's within the rules, but a lot of people have been complaining about it. But they're not the only team that done it. Tampa Bay Lightning done it and won a championship doing it too. But they had some of their players on long-term IR, and then that freed up salary, and they were able to go pick up other players. And then now they brought them guys back that was on the IR, so made their team stronger.
They've done that,
but
I know for sure the last 2 years.
Yeah, they've done it the last couple of years. Tampa Bay done it a couple of years and was able to win a championship that way too. Personally, I don't understand that rule at all. I think it's a messed up rule, but if it's within the rules, use it.
Cheating ain't compete, baby. Go Golden Knights.
Glenn said he'll tell you who's been cheating. It's them Penske boys in IndyCar.
Well, I'm sure.
No, something happened because I heard him. I didn't hear it all about. I caught a little bit of McAfee and them talk. Mentioning it. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but somebody was cheating. Or Penske done something to cheat.
Well, that's going to be the Broncos starting quarterback right there, DiNucci.
Yeah. I would say chances are whoever the rookie is going to be starting by week 3 or 4, if not week 1, because they don't have nobody. I heard that Sean Payton really likes Bo Nix because he thinks he's real comparable to Drew Brees, real accurate, has the experience of playing in a lot of college.
We're talking about McCart. Well, his stocks really went up. Have you heard why?
I guess his pro day was great, and then I know Jim Harbaugh's really been propping him up in public, which I think he really. I mean, I think he does really like him. You know what I mean? But also, I think some of that's about he knows he don't need a quarterback, and if tell him, you know what I mean, these teams trade up to try to get a guy like him that could help the Chargers.
I was going to ask you about that. What do you think about old Reggie Bush? I told you he's going to get that trophy back.
I'm gonna piss a lot of people off. I don't think he should have got it back.
You're going to make your buddy Mathis pissed.
And nothing against Bush, because I don't. But the whole thing is, when that happened, it was illegal.
Yep.
Now, just because it's not illegal now, I mean, are we gonna go back and give back all these teams back their national championships and stuff that we've taken away from because of violations like that? Or you know what I mean? Or if I do something illegal today, but it's not illegal a year from now, are you gonna let me out of prison?
Yeah, that's true. They're not going to, no.
But I mean, like personally, I don't care either way they got. I just don't. It don't make sense. It don't make sense though to me because I mean, at that time it was illegal.
I don't care that he got it back, but I honestly kind of agree with you. I mean, this happened. Bush played what 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
So I mean, how can you change it now? I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, personally, I don't have nothing against Reggie Bush. He was a hell of a player. He deserved the Heisman when he won it. But I mean, if you're going to take it from him because of them kind of violations, I don't know how you just give it back because now that's legal. Well, but yeah, but back then by them rules, the rules were still broke. So it's But
what do you think about what Glenn says there? Do you think the Chiefs need to be worried about the Chargers? I do eventually. I don't know about this year.
I was gonna say I think give maybe in 2 to 3 seasons. I don't know how great this year because of well, it's kind of like what I'm saying. I mean, if you got caught breaking the rules and done something, you kind of deserve whatever they take from you. I mean, but like I said, I don't have a problem with them that they gave it back to him. I just think it's just
it's different.
just different. Billy said in music news, Ozzy's going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yep, he's already in with Sabbath, but yeah, he's going in. I think that's good. And one of my favorite bands is going in too. Foreigner made it, so I'm happy. And I know one of your favorites made it. Cher, she made it.
One of my favorites. How she become one of my favorites?
Just give me shit.
I like Ozzy. I like Foreigner too.
Yeah, Foreigner should have been in before, and Ozzy probably should have been in before now too.
Yeah, but yeah. All right. Well, did you have anything else for today?
No, I think I'm good to go.
All right. Well, this would probably be the last show for the week because we'll be taking all the tearing down later this evening and be traveling tomorrow. So we'll be back on Monday with another episode of Easy Money, a sports betting show. Appreciate everybody watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo Sports Room. Like and follow Facebook, Twitch, X, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room as well.
Was Billy Buzz on the show last night with Mike King? Can't remember.
I'm not sure.
Billy, if you didn't hear the show last night, Mike King was in rare form on the. He wasn't on the show, but he was in the comments. So I don't know if you.
Billy said Lou Graham.
Yeah. You might want to check that out because he was in.
Yeah, if you missed the interview with Justin
Good.
Terrell last night, check it out. I thought it was a real good interview. He talked a lot about the show this weekend, but he also talked a lot about a lot of other things in the pro wrestling business.
Yep.
So go check that out. And we'll see you guys on Monday.